All right, guys, so a lot of you parking your trucks because the market is bad, the rates are not good, and it's all going to shit. So here we go. This is the video.
So let's jump right in. Actually, we were scrolling through some of our content, old video about actually 2 years ago. Mike came across this video where we suggested do not park your truck. Times were different then for different reasons. We were telling you don't park the truck, but I mean,
the bottom line is still the same. So at that point in time, the C word just became a word, and everybody was freaking out. But you know, people didn't really freak out that much. Most of the freaking out happened because the rates really dipped, because the freight was no longer available. A lot of places was shutting down, and a lot of owner-operators who were owner-operators at that point decided, you know what, I am parking my truck because I do not see how I can make it, and the trucking is probably over.
yeah, and it turns out it wasn't. It actually turned into some really, really good rates out there.
Absolutely. Just a couple months later, the market went through the roof. The rates were crazy, and we just had like over 2 years of a gold rush where the rates were amazing. It was paying whatever you would ask for, and that actually developed a whole new generation of owner-operators who came into business when those old crew were parking their trucks and going out of business.
Yeah, and that generated guys that just jumped into this market buying overpriced trucks and never really seen up and downs in this market. And so now it gets a little bit challenging, and then this is the time that, remember, don't park the truck, live to see another day. You got to push through this. Just like we were saying a long time ago, that was 2 years ago, that something will happen. It's not over. It's the same advice now.
So absolutely, guys, remember, like, just scroll down through our videos. About 2 years ago, there are a couple of videos talking about this same issue, and even there we say, hey, the trucking market is up and down, up and down. You have, on the average in trucking industry, you have like 2-3 years of good times, maybe sometimes year and a half, 2-3 years of good times, and then you have the so-called trucking recession that's usually going to last about 10 months or so. The problem is when all these guys, and by the way, if you would go back to that video and you would read the comments, man, a lot of people say that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Everybody on YouTube at that point was talking, park your truck, the world is over, just to find out later, once everything settled and the rates started going up, we have no truck, we have no credit, and when all these new generation of owner-operators entered the market, because we had credit, we didn't have the truck to drop at that point in time when everybody was dropping a truck. Now all these guys scooped up all these trucks and had 2 years of amazing market, making all kinds of money, and now a lot of people trying to repeat the mistakes of the people that made those mistakes 2 years ago, and the market is gonna shift. At what point? Nobody knows, maybe a couple months. Historically speaking, right now after Labor Day, market should pick up. However, a lot of things going on in the world, so we don't know, but historically, market should shift up. So, and even if that's not gonna help, this is not going to last forever.
Exactly, and if you're and so that this isn't just empty content for those guys that are saying, yeah, but I got bills. So check it out. For those guys running your authority, not running your authority, whatever situation you're in, sometimes you just got to look to realign how you're doing business, whether you can leverage a carrier and lease onto them so that they can absorb some of the liabilities that you have. If that's what it means you got to do to stay in business, to be able to be at the right place that the next time that the gold rush starts again, then think of those things. Think of outside the box. Don't make these long permanent decisions off of a temporary situation, and then it's that much harder to get back into the market once it's great.
Absolutely, because how many owner-operators in the last 2 years of that gold rush when everybody was making money, how many owner-operators want to be, or actually how many people who want to get back into that owner-operator seat you came across that dropped the trucks at that moment when the market was crumbling?
Yeah, so now you got like repossessions, or you got negative blemishes on the credit that make it that much harder to do that. And now they start to look at the lease to purchases that are, like, you know, very expensive, and and what didn't make sense then makes sense now because of the situation you're in. So again, you're limited to get back into the business. So it's definitely happening. So that exit strategy is so important to someone. But again, if you're going to exit, right, we're telling you don't do it. Readjust your business, realign a couple things, but stay with it. Stay with it.
And you know what? The exit strategy for a big monsters of the trucking industry, that's a real thing. Everybody has to have an exit strategy out of big business. In your business as an owner-operator, consider this. You have one truck, you are the driver, you are the business owner. That exit strategy is no longer that. It's completely different thing. So do you even need the exit strategy to actually exit anywhere? Because you are in control. Right now in this market, no matter how bad you think it is, you can make a lot of money still.
Yeah.
At least enough money to pay your bills, to stay in business, and to keep on running. To position yourself to be in business and ready to go when the times are gonna change. But if you're gonna park a truck, trust me, you'll run out of money. You'll be out of business by the time the business goes back into the let's go make money mode.
Yeah. So again, guys, we focus on what we can control, and that's the new. So as we get to it here, please make sure you're not parking that truck. Stay with it, grind it out, and you'll be successful.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're out of Florida and you are the owner operator, if you don't get coaching from your current company that you work for to how to succeed in any times, good, bad, indifferent, give Christian a call.
863-342-5171.
Or even if you're buying a new truck, you know what? Before you buy a truck, give Christian a call. He's gonna try to talk you out of this. Trust me, there is gonna be no application, no obligations, no catch, no games. He's actually gonna try to talk you out of this and give you the whole truth about trucking industry. All right, guys, take care. Be safe out there. Don't you freaking park a truck because good times are coming.
All right, guys.